Welcome to Patriot Power Products Trusted Reviews, where everyone's favorite hosts, Jim and Ann, talk about the best products with the best discounts available online and elsewhere for patriots following the American way.
Hey everyone, ever thought about ditching the daily grind and becoming self-sufficient? Or maybe you're just tired of insane rent and want a place that doesn't break the bank.
Well, we're diving deep into a program today that might have exactly what you're looking for. Shipping Container Homemade Easy by Adam Ketcher.
This guy's the real deal.
He's actually built 146 of these homes.
Wow. So he knows a thing or two.
Exactly.
We'll see if his program can help you, especially if you're in the U.S. and want that self-sufficiency thing.
And don't forget, there's a 60-day risk-free trial so you can really dig in. Plus, there's some awesome bonus stuff, but more on that later.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So how did Adam even get into this container home thing?
Well, his first try was a total disaster.
Oh no, what happened?
He tried to DIY the whole thing and ended up spending way more than if he just hired a contractor.
Ouch. Expensive lesson.
Yeah, it really shows you need expert help with a project like this.
Totally. Mistakes in construction.
Yeah, they get pricey fast.
For sure. But let's talk about the big question. Can you actually save money building with containers?
That's the whole idea, right? Adam says you can build for a fraction of the cost of a traditional house.
Sounds promising.
But the crazy part is how he finds these containers for next to nothing.
Like, how cheap are we talking?
We're talking free, sometimes even getting paid to take them away.
Hold up. Paid? How is that even possible?
It's kind of wild. There's actually a surplus of these containers. Think about it. All that stuff shipped worldwide, sometimes it's just not worth sending them back empty.
So companies are like, please, take them.
Pretty much. Adam teaches you how to tap into that.
That's genius, especially if you're on a budget.
Absolutely.
But what about finding containers closer to home? Shipping costs could wipe out any savings.
Exactly. That's why Adam focuses on local sourcing.
Smart.
He gives you strategies to negotiate the best price so you don't overpay. He even gives you a benchmark price so you know a fair deal when you see it.
That's super helpful, especially for newbies. Now, let's talk safety and durability. Are these homes actually built to last?
It's a common concern, but they can be incredibly strong, stronger than traditional homes in some ways.
Really?
Think about it. These containers are made to handle crazy conditions at sea. They're tough steel.
Makes sense.
With the right techniques, they can withstand almost anything. Earthquakes, hurricanes, you name it.
That's reassuring, especially with all the crazy weather these days. Now, Adam mentioned something called the slow accumulation effect. What's that all about?
That's the sneaky way costs creep up during a build.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. You start with a budget and then
Then you need an extra tool here, some surprise material there, and boom, over budget.
it happens so easily.
Adam's program helps you avoid that
How so?
by planning everything carefully and showing you how to get the best deals.
Makes sense. So for someone interested in self-sufficiency and prepping, is a container home a good fit?
Definitely. Especially in the U.S. with all that land, container homes can be super energy efficient, perfect for off-grid living.
Oh, yeah, you can easily add solar panels, collect rainwater.
Exactly. Even composting toilets.
Wow.
Adam's program covers all of that. How to build a home that can handle power outages and disruptions.
And don't forget, he's got those bonus materials on off-grid living and prepping, which we'll get to later. But first, let's talk about actually building this thing. How does Adam's program help people who aren't, professional builders?
That's where his step-by-step approach is key. He breaks down the entire process into manageable chunks.
Oh, like what kind of chunks?
From picking the right container to laying the foundation, framing, insulation, the whole 9 yards.
So you don't feel overwhelmed.
Exactly. He covers crucial stuff like load-bearing setups and insulation techniques.
Like what kind of insulation?
He recommends closed-cell polyurethane foam.
Why that type?
It's way better at sealing out air and moisture compared to other kinds.
So you don't get that icky condensation.
Yeah, exactly. Especially important in container homes.
Got it. So it's all about making a tight, energy-efficient space. Now, what about the land and permits? That can be a nightmare.
It can be, but Adam's got you covered. He walks you through navigating land codes and zoning regulations, which can be tricky, especially with container homes.
Yeah, I bet there's some unique challenges there.
Definitely. But he even shares tips on finding land at bargain prices,
We
which is huge for anyone trying to escape those high city costs.
Absolutely. So he's really covering all the bases. What about design? Can you actually customize a container home to fit your style?
Absolutely. That's one of the coolest things about them. They're so versatile.
I love that.
Adam's program is packed with floor plan ideas and tips for maximizing space, even in a smaller container.
Nice. So you're not just stuck with a box.
Right. He even talks about leaving room for future expansion so your home can grow with you.
That's smart thinking. So it's not just about building a box, it's about creating a real living space.
Yeah.
What kind of design advice does he give?
Well, he's big on using durable materials that can handle the elements.
Like what?
He recommends NASA-grade paint.
NASA grade.
Yeah, apparently it's super tough and long-lasting. He also talks about choosing the right containers, like ones with extra headroom, and avoiding ones with certain red flags, like original wooden floors.
Why avoid wooden floors?
They can be a sign of moisture damage.
Ah, gotcha. So he's all about building homes that will actually last.
Exactly. And remember, you get all this guidance, plus those amazing bonuses, with a 60-day risk-free trial. It's a great way to see if this is for you.
It sounds like a game changer for anyone dreaming of a more self-sufficient lifestyle, especially if you're on a budget and want to build something truly unique. Now let's get into those bonus materials because they sound pretty amazing.
They really are. Adam really goes all out. Let's start with Shipping Container Homesteading, a guide that's all about turning your container home into a self-sufficient haven. It retails for $67, but it's yours free with the program.
Okay, let's break down what's in that bonus guide, and then we'll move on to the rest of the incredible bonuses he's offering.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so we were just about to hear all about this Shipping Container Homesteading bonus guide.
Right. This guide is packed with info on growing your own food, raising animals, and preserving your harvest, for long-term food security.
That's perfect for preppers and folks who want to be less reliant on the grid. Imagine fresh organic food right at your fingertips.
Exactly. Your own personal food supply. It's about peace of mind, especially these days.
Totally agree. Okay, so that's one bonus down, but you said there's more. What else is Adam giving away?
Well, he knows finding good container deals is key. So he includes shipping container negotiation secrets. It's got even more tips and tricks for getting the best price.
Like what? Give us a sneak peek.
He goes deeper into strategies like understanding the shipping industry, knowing where to find those surplus containers.
That makes sense.
He even gives you negotiation tactics, like specific phrases to use to get a better deal.
It's like having a container hunting expert by your side.
Exactly.
Okay, what's next in this treasure trove of bonuses?
Next is Living Off the Grid, a complete guide to being energy independent.
Now, this is where it gets interesting for people who really want to escape this system and create a self-sustaining life.
Absolutely. Especially relevant in the U.S., where you've got more space for off-grid setups. This guide dives deep into different energy sources, solar, wind, even micro hydropower.
Using water to generate electricity.
Exactly. Adam teaches you how to figure out your energy needs, pick the right system, even install it yourself.
Wow, talk about energy freedom.
That's the goal. And for those serious about prepping, there's preparing for the coming collapse.
Okay, that one sounds intense. But let's face it, unexpected things happen. Being prepared isn't about being paranoid. It's about having a plan.
Exactly. It's about being proactive and taking care of yourself, not just hoping for the best.
So what kind of prepping strategies does this guide cover?
Home security, food and water storage, first aid, communication systems, even how to build a community support network.
It sounds like he's thought of everything.
He really tries to cover all the bases. And remember, even if you're not prepping for a total collapse, a lot of this info is just practical for being more self-reliant.
Right. It's about peace of mind knowing you can handle whatever comes your way.
Exactly. And with Adam's program, you get all this information, those incredible bonuses, all with a 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee.
I can't believe it. You're telling me I can get all this for less than hiring a contractor, let alone buying a regular house.
That's what I'm saying. And you can try it risk-free for 60 days. If you're not happy, you get your money back.
No brainer.
Exactly. And to think, this all started with a guy who totally messed up his first container home.
His mistakes are our gain, huh?
Exactly. He learned from them and created this amazing system that anyone can follow.
And that's what we're all about on the deep dive. Finding those hidden gems of knowledge. But before we wrap up this exploration, let's talk about the bigger picture of this lifestyle. So we've talked about a lot, building with containers, costs, those bonuses, even prepping.
It's a lot to process. But there's this theme of self-reliance that really stands out.
Definitely. Adam's program, it's not just about the house. It's about building a whole different way of life.
A life where you're less dependent on systems that maybe you don't always trust.
Exactly. Especially in the U.S., if you want to get away from the rat race, create a better future.
Think about growing your own food, your own energy, a safe home. It gives you control and independence.
It's like taking charge of your own life. And it's not just surviving, it's about thriving. Doing things your way, whether that's sustainability or just having more freedom.
And container homes, they're so flexible. You can build them practically anywhere, make them fit your life, even go off-grid.
It's like a blank slate. You can create whatever you want. And Adam's program gives you the tools to make it happen.
And don't forget the value you're getting. Adam's expertise, the step-by-step, guides the bonuses, and that 60-day trial, all for way less than hiring a contractor or buying a regular house.
It's a huge opportunity, especially for city folks priced out of the market or anyone who thought owning a home was just impossible.
Even if you're not building right now, this info is gold for anyone into self-sufficiency prepping or just being more resilient.
So what are you waiting for? Take a chance. See if this is the answer you've been looking for.
We'll put a link to Adam's program in the show notes so you can learn more and get started.
And hey, maybe someday we'll feature your amazing container home on a future episode of The Deep Dive.
That would be awesome.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of container homes. We hope you found it helpful and inspiring.
Happy building, everyone.
And remember, the future is what you make it.